Hello and welcome to episode 20 of my Planet Coaster series. This episode we are going to be doing some flat ride scenery and some general scenery as well. So here we are using one of the buildings I used for my sleigh ride to not fit in there because there wasn't space. So just using some of the Christmas pre-made stuff that Frontier have made to get some more shops in there quickly, because it kept popping up saying that many guests are thirsty, and I was thinking, it comes up with that on a lot of games, but I'll put it in anyway. Some extra Slurpees, and as you can see, their guests immediately flock to the new establishments. So as you can see, we're trying to mix in the Christmas style with the more modern style that I've got going, because I want to blend the two styles rather than keep them separate in the park. So because it was getting to a point where lots of Christmas, new stuff, or like non-gingerbread things. And now training everyone and making sure everyone's on $900 per week, because that is how you retain staff. And because you've got no money, money is no object. Yeah, that's one thing that bits silly about this game. Just because they're not busy, they just quit left, right, and centre if they're on their basic wage. That's even after you've trained them up and if you just leave them for a while. So, who knows? Now, putting in this futuristic ride. Now, I didn't have the space for any fancy decorations, so I pretty much just leave it as it is, with the exception of a couple of bits. Doesn't need to be 100% scenery rated, especially not for the flat rides anyway. I like them for the big rides because I like to do something that involves it. Just make it a bit pretty, but yeah, doesn't need it all the time. So, just thinking, what can I put here? Just a few trees, not too many, not a forest, just a few alpine trees, just to blend it in a little bit, and a couple of Christmas decorations, just again to mix in that Christmas and modern theming. Nothing like that takes ages, but just enough to blend into the park. And then we move on to the next chapter of our video, where I try to put the same flat ride in that I've just put in, forgetting that I've just done it. So here I've got a nice big space on the park. For those of you who are wondering why there's a big ice formation there, well, I actually put a flat ride in a cave, but I did that one off camera, so you wouldn't have seen me build it. So, but I put down a flat ride and basically build a cave around it. I was thinking the park was a little flat, wanted a bit more actual scenery, like variation in terrain. So I did that, and now we build a flat ride. I was originally thinking, okay, I won't add too much scenery to this, but boy, did I change my mind, and it ended up being the biggest piece of scenery in the single piece of scenery in the park, because I would count the sleigh, Santa's sleigh going through the town. The town is the biggest piece of scenery, but this is the biggest piece of scenery. But then this took over as the biggest piece of scenery, and I quite like it. Again, because it's me, it's very squarey, and I still need to change that. I still need to change the fact that I need to do something a bit more less square. I do incorporate corners into this one, So that's better than some things, but not great. So from thinking, oh, I'll just make a little wall, to then going, let's just make the whole thing a castle. Especially if we called it Ice Warriors, let's use a castle to show we are like soldiers and uh, just beefy. Yeah, so using the portcullis here, I wanted to be at least as tall as that because I don't want it floating in midair, as you can see there. So we have to go at least 3 high on this section. And it ended up being bigger than I originally envisioned, but I quite like it in the end. Now, again, I didn't want to just be straight wall all up. So at least I'm trying this time. I've made a little balcony, to like give variation to the layers. I'll make a few balconies, so that the layers are at least separated and there's a bit of variation. However, that's just to the front of the building. The back of the building, which not many people will see because it is cut off by the forest. The only people who see it are on the roller coasters. That at least has some windows. But it is straight up. It is a bit boring to look at, but the only people who see it are on the roller coasters. So we've done 2 levels here. Beefing it up for another jump up. As you can see, very intimidating castle fortress for those of you who wish to invade the park, the Arctic Blast Park. Making sure that the balconies are accessible because you need doors to balconies, because otherwise it isn't true. And that's what I like about I try to make sure that, even though it's fantastical pieces of scenery, that they at least seem functional with doors and everything. I try to make it a bit more built by having this little extension coming out the front. I should go back actually because I never went back and actually connected it to the wall properly. I've only just done those small sections, which in reality really wouldn't support the structure that's there. Making sure that it's functional with a little door, and yeah, it overhangs the path, which I quite like people looking up and seeing something there. Maybe it's a murder hole ready to throw some hot burning oil or ash into the people below. But yeah, I think I might need to go back and just connect that to the wall correctly. Just putting on some ramparts. This time the correct way, because I know that I've got corners coming. And then yeah, I'll happy with just making it all square and keep on going. So I'll turn this one into the balcony a walkway section for guards to have a look. Again, using a door to make sure it's got access, and just using different wall pieces to vary the look going across. So using these buttoned pieces so that the look is different throughout some the different layers of the castle. I know these there was no point in putting the battlements there because of the fact that the walls on the same place, but I quite like the effect it gives, and then go slightly in with this wall to give a bit of a not a pyramid, well, like a pyramid to the castle, but it's not a pyramid because it's not in big steps. It's just a little steps. So, but yeah, just an extra bit of interest. I think I realised this whole section was down. So I need to just pick it up a bit. There we go. Nice and level. So yeah, just keep on plodding away. Keep on plodding away on this until I finish. I don't enclose the castle at the end because the flat ride is too high, and I didn't want to go even higher with the castle after this. Doors, again, make sure it's functional. So I do another layer, but I don't really. Don't do another layer. I thought I did. Forgetting what I did. Yeah, I didn't want to go too high. So I thought this was quite a big building already. I didn't want to go like ridiculously high. So just putting in the floor. So it looks like there's some consistency to the building. I do go one higher. I was right. Doubted myself. Don't doubt yourself. Put in the buttress pieces. Again, this is the last level because, as you can see there, that's where the ride stops me from going up. So again, a little bit of a step into the pyramid. At the moment, it's still floating in air, but we'll add some flooring. Now, I know it's not structurally sound because the floor wouldn't hold the ride up. The floor wouldn't hold the walls up. So, but I'm not concerned that is a fantasy. That's not a real word. A fantasy-based building, and it'll be made of plastic. So not real building materials especially for the facade anyway. So we are going to just ignore that. As long as it looks functional, I'm quite happy for it. And just whacking the floor down on the bits which could actually be put down, which is nowhere, which is good. So yeah, my castle where I am the king. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. Put some watchtowers or some little towers on the corners to give it that bit of aesthetics, and some windows. Again, remembering to use the duplicate and advanced move tool just to put them on. So yeah, that's pretty much done. Just windows on all sides of the building, and a couple of little windows at the bottom for the dungeons. You know, they need their lights, the prisoners in the dungeon. Though a couple are covered by snow, which I don't envy those people in the dungeon. So yes, thank you for watching episode 20 of my Planet Coaster series. There are plenty more to come. Please leave a comment if you want to see anything particular in an episode, and I'll do my best to get on it. Please like the video and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching, and I will say ta-ta for now, good people.